Hello everybody, this is Gregory with 5-Minute Catholic Apologetics and Living, where 5 minutes of your time may get you to the divine. Today I'm going to tell you to have some compassion for your priest and pastor. Now before we begin, let's start with a prayer. Nome Patris et Filii et Spiritui Sancti, Amen. Gloria Patri et Filii et Spiritui Sancto, secutor in principio, et nunc et semper, et secula seculorum. Amen. Nome Patris. I think as Catholics, it's very easy for us to judge and criticize our pastor. And the number one way we criticize them is because they're not doing what we want them to do. This parish would be better run if ... And it's always like our view of it, right? If the music was Scola, if we did ad orientem instead of ad populum, if we did X, Y, Z, maybe it would be better. Maybe it would be better. Maybe it wouldn't. Either way, we're not clergy, we're not ordained, we didn't have a vocation, they had it. They sacrificed their lives to be priests, we didn't. Maybe we didn't have a vocation, or maybe you did have a vocation and for whatever reason the seminary didn't accept you, whatever it is. But we have to have a certain amount of humility because these are the people in charge. And it's just so easy to criticize. And remember, the sin of detraction is a sin. The sin of calumny, the sin of scandal, you gossiping about the priest, is a sin. And we are all, I think, prone to doing this. Whether it be you might have a foreign priest at your parish and you don't understand his sermons because his English is stilted, could be that. Or maybe you have a master of ceremony priest who likes to tell jokes in the middle of Mass. Or maybe you have a priest who's really into a certain type of art and have an art in the church, like weird paintings that you don't like, or they like certain type of music, or whatever it is, or they took away your actual treat, or they, whatever. I mean, it's a zillion different things. I think just have passion and compassion. We should always have compassion for everybody, right? Love your neighbor as yourself. And I think it's just easy to criticize the pastor. And the pastor's job is tough. I mean, it is tough, right? It's alienating. You're typically hearing more criticisms than blessings. If you are a pastor, like the sole priest at a parish, and you have no one else in the rectory, you can be kind of lonely, right? If you live with another priest, it could be maybe difficult. And then you're always on call, right? There's going to be last unction. There's going to be emergency meetings. You're dealing with the parish council. They're wanting this, they're wanting that. They're talking trash about you. There's just politics. It's a sin of Adam and Eve, right? It's fallen man. And it's difficult. That's not to say there aren't pastors who love their job and they love being like Padre Pio and spending 20 hours in the confessional. It's not to say they aren't that, but I would just tell you, like, our first instinct many of the times is to just criticize our priests. And I just think, let's have a little more compassion and charity and realize that their job is hard. They can live a very lonely life. Some of them do deal with vocation regret, so to speak, and they wish they could maybe not be a priest. Many of them will have spiritual aridity, maybe even question their faith, like Mother Teresa. It can be a difficult job. Some of them are mired in sin, just like the rest of us. They're not impeccable. They're going to have issues. Sometimes they're completely checked out of confession or in their Mass. They're just mumbling through it. And just have compassion and pray for all of our pastors. Just pray for all of them. And certainly pray for the Curia and over in Rome. And just pray for our leadership that we get good vocations. And I think as a whole, we've gotten better vocations the last 20 years. That we get more Orthodox priests that believe in the catechism, no more change agents, and just pray we get more vocations and pray for those priests that are suffering and that are dealing with a wide myriad of challenges as being a pastor. And just go out of your way when you see one, because when you walk up to one, they're just going to assume you're going to say something critical. Just shake the hand and say, God bless you, thank you for what you do, because they need that, like teachers. Like, we need more positive compliments than criticisms. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.